In this segment, we're going to talk about using projections in the session tool. When we use a projection, we're going to be choosing a calculation method, and the default there is 13, but there are a lot of different options. You've got yearly, monthly, weekly, daily, high, lows. You've got previous opens, close. You've got some more complicated formulas that you can use to average, look at standard deviations. So there's a lot of different ways you can add a projection to the session tool. And you can just see a few of them here. So I'm going to show you an example of using the projection tool and talk you through the settings you need to know about. So on this chart, I have the prior month high and the prior month low projected. And the way I have the settings set up is I set the details for the line to when the low is broken, it stops the line, or if it's a low, and if it's a high, if the high is broken, it stops projection of the line. So let me show you how I did that. Okay, and let me go to this one right here. Okay, I've got everything at default settings until I get down here to the projection part. So the first thing you have to do is you have to actually show the projection. And then the line length is 4. And in this case, we are doing the prior month's high. So I had line length 4 is what you use when you want the projection to go until it is closed above. Then you've got the calculation method 2, which is the prior month, is the month high. And then you've got, you can also go and you can make sure that you can label your line so you know what it is. And you can tell it that it has a date and time, which you can see that I've got a label on here. Right now I've just got the date labeled. So it's 10/2021. So it just gives you the month and the day. So that is kind of a little bit of overview of how I did that. So the settings you need to have is projection 1 must be true for it to show on your thing. The default for line length is to close at the end of a session. So if you leave it 0, that's what will happen. Okay. And then you have to have a calculation method. Okay. So some of these other items, line length factor and the multiplier, are used in the more complex types of projections, or the line length, like if you wanted to project out so many days, weeks, or months. So those are when those are used. And then you can go down here and see that I did the same thing for projection 2. I've got it true. I've got the line length set to 6, which is closed below. And I've got the calculation method set to 3, which would be the prior month low. And then I went down here and said show my label and show my prior month low, and to add the date time. So that's a little overview on projection methods. We will be in the future doing videos on some of the more detailed methods, but this will definitely get you started with a lot of, because a lot of the options are pretty easy just to follow the guidance that I gave you here.